Hey, everybody, welcome in. This is Zack Carpenter, former recruiting analyst at Scarlet and Gray Report, filling in sort of in a guest star role, I guess. This is a commitment edition of the show. We are welcoming on 2023 athlete Jermaine Mathews. Jermaine announced his commitment to Ohio State today, and he joined us to talk about why he picked the Buckeyes and some more stuff. So we're going to welcome on Jermaine now. All right, Jermaine, welcome in, my man. You announced your commitment to Ohio State today, so you've been all smiles and you got the Ohio State hat on. So how are you feeling, man? How's it feel to have this whole process over?
It's great to just have it over with and just I'm just excited really. Just focus on one school and just to really get started.
Yeah, man. So just sort of going through your journey and everything here. You're from Cincinnati, from Winton Woods, and I know that Ohio State was like that offer that you were really like hoping to earn. I mean, talking to you in early April, you hadn't been offered by Ohio State yet, and you were like kind of waiting to see if they will because they've been talking to me a lot. Same thing when I saw you at the Indy Rivals camp in April. You're like, yeah, I'm still kind of holding out. But then you were on the fence about going to camp there in June. And then you ultimately decided to finally do that. So what was the reasoning? What was the story behind about why you did that, about why you finally chose to camp there?
So I had a lot of people in my ear just telling me different things, like I shouldn't. I At the time I had about 30 offers. So like they were saying, you got 30 offers, you don't really need to go to camp anywhere, all that. So then I decided not to camp at first. So I wasn't gonna camp this summer. And then because Wallen had came to the school, talked to me a little bit about camp, just how things was, kind of convinced me. So I just really just bet on myself, just went out there and just camped, earned it off.
Yeah, I think you were telling me a story about like Terry McLaurin, like camped a few times. I mean, what was the story behind that? How did that kind of like, I guess, inspire you, I guess, to go and camp?
So like I had took an unofficial up there in about March, like late March, and I thought they was gonna offer me when I came on the official, but they didn't. So I had heard some stories about Terry McLaurin, how he had been to camp a few times and been on campus a few times and still didn't get offered. And then just see how it worked out when he finally did get his offer. He was a team captain. He's in the NFL. He's doing good now. So I think it was just some motivation.
Yeah, man, I love that. I love that you said you bet on yourself. You did that. I mean, you finally chose the camp, and I mean that was like a make or break moment. I feel like kind of because it's like if I perform well at this camp in front of the Ohio State coaches, like maybe that'll be what seals the deal. And I mean, seeing like videos and stuff coming out of the camp, you ran a 4.35. You did everything you needed to do. I mean, what going into that camp was it like? I'm just locked in here. I mean, what was your feeling going into the camp, and how do you think you perform?
I was just being me. So I lock in all the time. So when I'm doing anything with football, I'm gonna be locked in. So I just really went in there being me, just showing off my athletic ability, honestly.
Yeah, and tell me about a little bit about that day. I mean, I'd heard like stories about how some Ohio State players were like shouting at you, like about how well you were doing and everything.
So look, before we kept right, we inside the indoor, and it's like a storm. It's like storming real hard. Everything around the field blowing around, it's storming. Then it stopped, and all of a sudden it's 95 degrees outside, sunny, hot. I already knew it was something up about that day. So then we went through some drills and stuff, and then we got into one-on-ones and just locking everybody up. And the players always right there hyping it up, and it was just it's a good experience, good feeling.
Yeah, man. I mean, it was cornerback drills that like you were mainly doing that mainly caught Coach Walton and the staff's eyes, right? I think we have you at 6 foot, about 175 pounds. And when I saw you in Indy, I mean, when I wrote about you, I was like, this guy looks like he looks like a player with the potential to earn an Ohio State offer. And he looks like a guy who could play at Ohio State. And then once you came there, I think that sort of sealed it. What did Coach Walton, what did he tell you about whether it was your camp performance that day or just overall, like what he likes about you as a player?
Just that I compete. I'm a competitor, and I got some skill, and that he can help me with it. He said he can help me real. He helped me with my technique wise, just physically, mentally, all of that.
Yeah, what's his vision for you? I mean, does he want you to be purely an outside corner?
Yeah, I'm gonna play corner up there.
Yeah, and so what was funny about that camp at Indy, I heard you were yelling, you're like, I want Tavion Galloway. I want Tavion Galloway. He's the one of the top ranked tight ends and in the 2024 class. And he's in Ohio and you were like, I want to lock him up. So you got that mentality, I know, but you're gonna have that, right?
Yeah,
Ohio
sure.
State, because I mean, they just got Brandon Ennis, Carnell Tate, 2 5-star receivers, Noah Rogers, Bryson Rogers in your class. What is it going to be like going up against those guys? I mean, how do you think that could sort of refine your game?
Yeah, we just all gonna compete. We all gonna get each other better. Just gonna compete and work.
Yeah, and I mean, it's sort of that iron sharpens iron deal, right?
Yeah, definitely. Iron sharpens
So,
iron.
so what's with Coach Walton and Coach Eliano built up a relationship with you as well, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I talked to Coach Perry a lot. He actually offered me when he was at Cincinnati, and then he had left, and then we got a relationship now at Ohio State.
Yeah, how did that sort of help, like comfortability, like with Ohio State, already knowing a coach so well who was over there?
It just helped a little bit, but he really not my recruiter, so I don't really talk to him a lot. But it helped.
Yeah. So during that visit, I mean, have you had any like film sessions or anything with Coach Walton? Have you like gotten to know his coaching and teaching style?
Yeah. I actually been in one of his meetings, like with his players. I actually sat in one of those. We actually talked about a lot of just technique stuff, and it's a lot of basic things just to work on and stuff like that.
How much has he mentioned the Jalen Ramsey stuff?
A lot. He liked to bring it up. He liked to bring up all his past players, though. So I mean, can't knock that.
Yeah, Jalen Ramsey, for those who don't know, which I'm sure everybody does, he called Coach Walton like the best defensive backs coach he's ever had. So that's some high praise from a guy like that.
Yeah, that is.
So going forward now, you're part of what's the #1 ranked class in the country right now. You seem like you have the personality to be a peer recruiter and like help out with that aspect of it. So, but you tell me, man, is that a role you think you're comfortable with?
Yeah, I'm gonna help out. We all gonna try to get some finishing pieces onto the class. So I'm definitely gonna help out.
Yeah. So name like maybe 2, 3, 4 guys. Who are some of the guys that Jermaine Mathews is going to go after?
We all going for Caleb Downs. Who else? That's really the main guy I've been hearing about, Caleb Downs. We set really on receivers. Everything else. Probably need some D linemen. Probably what we're gonna recruit.
I was about to say, I think
I'm gonna recruit Arvell Reese.
All right.
Recruit him too.
All right. So let's play pretend here. We're gonna pretend Arvell and Caleb are both watching this interview, and you gotta look in the camera right there. Tell them why they need to go to Ohio State. Give them your best recruiting pitch.
Because we're gonna win championships. We're gonna all get better. It's gonna be a lot of competition up there. I feel like just come be a Buckeye. That's my pitch.
Well, there you go. I mean, those will be a couple guys that you're after quite a bit here in the next few weeks. Like I said, I didn't want to take up too much of your time, like no more than like 10 minutes, but just I guess last thing to wrap up here. I mean, this offer, it was a dream come true, right? I mean, the offer and everything, I'm sure you grew up rooting for Ohio State, or at least very familiar with the program. So what does this, I guess, all mean for you and your family that you're going to be now fulfilling that dream?
It's surreal a little bit to me still, like you said, just growing up, being in Ohio, you are obviously gonna hear about Ohio State a lot, probably see them on TV a lot. So it's definitely a dream come true. It's gonna be very exciting.
Well, congrats, man. I mean, I'm happy for you. I was happy to be along early in that journey with you and then sort of wrap things up here and kind of come full circle with everything. So congratulations, Jermaine, and thanks for joining us here.
Appreciate you.